Hi everybody. Well, this starts off in the bathroom for me tonight with Jack, as you can see on the jungle gym. And the video is pretty much about, are your snakes capable of learning? Are we capable of teaching them things? And I believe that we can. And this jungle gym is something that my snakes have had from very young. And they know exactly what it is. Of course, Jack has certainly outgrown it. There's no doubt about it. He's just gotten such a big boy. But he still knows what it is. And he knows that he can climb on it. He knows that he comes into the bathroom with me of an evening if he's wanted to come out. And that I will put him on it. And that he can just cruise here while I have my shower. It gives him some time out, just like Lily. Lily does the same thing. She comes and she sits on this while I have my shower. Because that's what I've taught them, that they can come in here, they can hang on this, they can have some time with me without being with me, if you know what I mean, but some time out of their enclosure and be on this and be safe. Of course, they can get down on the ground in here and crawl around and do, whatever they like, of course. But they tend to just sort of hang on this jungle gym and watch me. Lily quite often will come into the shower with me. Jack not so much. He sticks his nose around the corner of the shower, but he doesn't really venture too far in, whereas Lily will get as close to me as she possibly can. So there are many things that you can teach your snakes. Now I'm going to try and get Jack up one-handed, of course, which is sometimes okay to do, other times not so much. I have to make him feel pretty secure when I'm lifting him up off here. And get him to loosen your tail, buddy. Can you do that? No, he says, I'm not going to do that at all. I've just got his head here and he's going to go back down on there. Oh my goodness, I'm going to need 2 hands, guys. So I will turn off for the minute and then we will come back once I've managed to get Jack off. Molly, big snake's coming on the bed. Well, when I get onto the bed, I guess, because it's, you're going to hop down, Jack? It's, up on my shoulders, so I'll let him just make his way down. For the minute, I've of course just had my shower and got ready to go to bed, because it's pretty much that time of the night for me. But Jack was at his door, so I wanted to give him the opportunity to come on out for a little while before it's all lights out. I have got Jessie to feed, so I've got a little while before that happens. So teaching and your snakes learning, they very much will do that for you. You know, I've talked about toilet training your snakes. You know, that's taught. But it becomes routine and it becomes habitual. It becomes consistent. It becomes something that they know. So they're learning. You know, they very much learn it. Come on, bub. Come round this way. You're hiding in Mum's back, are you? You're just going to hide in there. Hey? You know, it's all about them learning. And the only way they can do that is if you show them and if you be consistent in the way that you do things with them. And unless you do that, they won't learn anything. They can't learn anything. It's up to us to teach them things. Like when they're at the door and they're wanting to come out is a great example. You know, you've acknowledged that and you've opened the door and they come out. And then they start to realise, well, when I do that, this human opens the door and she lets me come out. So it's a repeat behaviour from them as well. They will repetitively do that behaviour because they know that you've recognised that behaviour and respond to it consistently in the same way. Gosh, if I'm sliding all over my door and I'm doing a dance and I'm acting like a twit, so to speak, this wonderful person comes along. She opens the door and I get to come out. I get to explore. I get to do lots and lots of things. So they're going to do it again and again and again. I haven't put a video up yet, but I will, of Lily. And I very much have taught her now how to come down from the hangout space without me having to do too much. And she has learnt to give me a hand. And it only took a few times of showing her what I wanted her to do. And now she just does it. So you may think, well, how long does it take a snake to learn something? Well, that's up to you. How you and what time you put in with them and showing them yourself. It can be a longer time if you're not consistent, but if you are consistent, it will be a much, much shorter time. And it's to your benefit if you are consistent with them. And they will learn. And they learn very, very, very quickly how to do things and what you're asking of them, and vice versa. What they're asking of you too. It cuts both ways. So you can teach your snake to do things, but in actual fact, I think in a way, they've taught you how to do things more so. What do you think, Jack? Do you think you've taught Mum a lot of things? Not that you can see his head. Hey, do you think that you've taught Mum things? I think he has. I think he's shown me a lot more things than I've actually shown him. Okay, I'm putting the camera on because I'm going to see, I always forget to do this, how far Jack will go away from me. Like, away from me. Because Jack very rarely goes too far, sorry, from me. And then he kind of realizes that, hang on a minute, maybe where is she? I don't want to get too far away from her. And that's Jack. Always only goes a certain distance and then he sort of comes back closer. And a lot of the time it's about me going, Jack, hey bud, hey buddy, I'm over here. Here I am, darling. Here I am. And I bang the ground and he knows where I am. And he takes notice of that. And that's something that I have done so many times with Jack out here when he's gone a little bit too far and I see him lift up and it's almost like a little bit of a panic. Whoops, where is she? And I'll bang the ground and he'll lower himself and he'll head back towards me. That is Jack. And he has always been the same. He loves being outside, but he doesn't like being too far away either. This is calling your snake back. And what I generally do is when Jack's heading too far away, all I do is bang on the side. He can hear me dinging that and he'll turn around and he'll just head on back to me. You know, snakes aren't deaf, guys. They can hear everything. So when you think that you're talking to them, that they can't hear you, you are wrong. They can completely hear you. They do know their names, for sure, and they will respond to it if you say it often enough to them. They need to learn that too, and the sound of it, and so on. And I'm ready to pretty much go inside now. We've been out here for a good 3/4 of an hour, which is, you know, I've spent longer out here and it's a perfect day to spend longer out here. But I do want to bring Sia out as well. And Maya is hiding herself in the blanket now. But I'm just waiting for the boy to return so that we can go inside. What do you think, Jack? Coming in? Coming inside now? You ready to go home? I think you are. You know, Lily, she would be heading across and going up to the door pretty much on her own, and that's her way of saying to me, it's time to go home, Mum. Jack, he tends to physically come back to me and tell me in that way that he has had more than enough outside time. So yeah, call your snake. Say their name. Name your snake. So many people don't have a name for their snake. Well, you know, you don't get a dog and never give it a name. Well, you know, those snakes that you're going to keep, give them a name. And say it to them. And are you going to do another pee before you go inside? Like, honestly, dude, fair income. No, that's just another try, is it? You're a good boy. You really are. It cracks me up. Like, honestly, and nothing came out. That was just a total, oh, I'm trying again. Totally trying again. Maya's gone under. And before he ends up over the other side of the yard again, I will, yeah, finish off. And, you know, especially that trust. I think it's incredible that you can have a reptile that is supposed to be of non-ability to think and feel and so forth, have a bond and a trust with you, like I have with Jack and Lily. No, you're not going through that hole, dude. Your big fat belly here would certainly not get through that at all. So anyway, guys, give it some thought. I'm not saying you can train a snake, but then again, I've toilet trained them. But I do think you can teach them. But it only goes with you being consistent in the way you do things with them. Of course, Jack doesn't realise that he's going to knock things flying off here. He doesn't care. He's just like, I'm exploring, I'm checking everything out here, Mum. Which is, you know, what they do. Climb all over the place, check everything out. But at least he's not, well, Lily hasn't been down here for a while. So he has a little bit of an explore. But it's almost time for him to go back home and go to bed. And it's time for me to give Jessie a feed. So guys, take care of yourself, your family, your friends, your snakes, and all your animals. Ciao.